This is always fun. I like it when it happens. This came out yesterday. This bull market run has echoes of the late 1920s. You know who said this? You know who said that right there? Sit up straight. Real fancy. Guy wears pantalones de elegantes. A Nobel Prize winning economist. That's who said that. Well, let's roll out the red carpet. I think this is great because when you know it, I said word for word, same exact thing 4 months ago. Yep. So that's always fun when that happens because it's pretty easy to see. All you got to do is look what happened then and look what's happening now. So just see the same thing this guy sees. It's like, wow, this is awfully reminiscent of the 20s. And what happened in the 20s? Great stock market crash 29, followed by the Great Depression. Wow, I think that's exactly what's going to happen this time. Except for it'll be the great stock market crash of 2019 or 2020, followed by the Greater Depression. And being how we never learn from history and we keep repeating the same mistakes, we take a step backward. So instead of it being the roaring 20s, the Great Depression of the 30s, it'll now be the roaring 2010s, followed by the Greater Depression of the 20s. Because, again, taking a step backward. So from the 30s to the 20s. That's what I think. And everyone's just waiting on this moment because we know it's going to happen. And anyone who tells it, history says sometime next year. Why is that? Because a lot of people that were there whenever it happened in 2008 were saying what they're saying now, which was, or excuse me, in 2008. It said in 2007 there was a moment that was very reminiscent of what happened in 2018. Everyone said everything was fine. We said nope, obviously not. A big fracture, and then a year and some change later, the thing crashed in 2008. So if this moment was anything like the one in 2007, the cracker, everyone says this thing's not right. I'm telling you, it's not right. Oh yeah, it is. Don't worry about it. Everything's fixed. No, it's not. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. Don't worry about it. It took a year and some change from 2007 to 2008. So history says that most likely it will be sometime in 2019. And while you have a lot of people expecting something this month, why are so many people talking for a potential stock market crash in October? October stock crash whispers. October, the month of market crashes. I don't think that's going to be the case. Not until I see this number get up to around 28,000. It never got up to 27,000. And if it would have done that, then I would have been thinking something along the lines last month in September, because 2 and 7 is 9, 2 and 8 is 10, it's really 1, I know, but it's usually in these numbers before these big events happen, and until this gets up to at least 28,000, I'm not even going to look at this month. Stuff's silly, man. And just to let you know, hindsight's going to be 2020 in 2020. Talk about those great conjunctions, right? Saturn and Jupiter. Well, the last one that took place, they happen every 20 years. It's not some sort of conspiracy or anything like that. It happens in the stars and the planets, whatever. So they say every 20 years, Saturn and Jupiter above us conjunct, whether it's whatever it is, points of light, whatever. They meet every 20 years. They all do a dance, but this one specifically we're talking about. It's called the Great Conjunction. Saturn and Jupiter meet. It happens every 20 years. The last one was 2000. 9/11 happened in 2001. Well, what also happened in 2000? The dot-com bubble. So the last Great Conjunction, there was a stock market crash. It was a big bubble that popped. So I don't see why this 2020 or before would be any different. We got history, and it's in the stars. It's in just the history altogether with what happened in the 20s. Screaming that what goes up must come down. Simple as that. And it's nice to see that even I'm not the only one that thinks that. I'm not some kind of crazy YouTube conspiracy theorist on YouTube. Never had an economy class in my life, but somehow I'm able to beat a Nobel Prize winning economist 4 months out of the gate saying the exact same thing. You got Reagan and the Reagan administration, his name was Reagan too, one of the chief economist guys or whatever, said that the majority of the Wall Street traders and bankers and all the investors that he knows go by astrology. J.P. Morgan. You got people argue this back and forth. There's not enough. Well, we don't know that he said that. Well, we don't know that he didn't. So there's just as much that you can say that he did or did not say this. There's no way to prove it one way or another. I think he did, because you got enough of them saying this shit anyway as it is. But J.P. Morgan himself said, millionaires don't use astrology, billionaires do. History and the stars both say something big happens with this economy and stock market between now and 2020.